What if I told you that it was possible to not only beat, but speedrun Super Mario Bros. With a drum set? For the last couple of months, I've been working to prove just that, a speedrun in one of the most iconic games in history. This is Drum Percent. Since 2002, many runners have tried to beat Super Mario Bros. As fast as possible, and I'm the only person in the world that specializes in drum speedrunning. My goal here is to establish a number of drum percent records that would stand the test of time. Is it possible to speedrun Super Mario Bros. Using only a drum set? Before we get to the speedrun, let's beat the game first.
We got the Nintendo action set, including the control deck with double game pack.
Super Mario Bros. Came out in 1985 and was developed by, of course, Nintendo. It is frequently cited as one of the greatest video games of all time, with praise for its precise controls. It is one of the best-selling games of all time, with more than 58 million copies sold worldwide. It is credited alongside the NES as one of the key factors in reviving the video game industry after the 1983 crash. So yeah, this is a really important game in video game history. The easiest way I can test if I can even play Super Mario Bros. On the drums is using an emulator. Anytime I'm playing games on my PC with my drums, I am using BOME MIDI software, which is a robust and versatile MIDI software that any musician should have, especially instrument gamers. Head over to the BOME website, I have it linked down below, and use code CZRDrums20 for 20% off this software. Using this, I was able to test out the drum controls and figure out what we needed to actually beat the game. I decided to use the 4 drums as the D-pad, meaning the snare is down, floor tom is right, tom 2 is up, and tom 1 is left. The bass drum and a sustain pedal that I have are tied to the A button, and the hi-hat pedal is tied to B. This means if I want Mario to run, I just have to close the hi-hats, and if I want Mario to jump, I just have to hit the bass drum. I decided to focus on the most popular speedrun category, any percent. This will require completing the levels 1-1, 1-2, take a warp pipe to World 4, and complete 4-1 and 4-2, then finally finish it off by completing the levels 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, and 8-4. So now the question is, can you actually beat the whole game using just the drum set? Now it was time to test a theoretical run. Yes! Yes! Alright! It's possible to be SMB using just your drum set on real hardware. Let's go. Alright. At this point, we had beat the whole game using save states. So at least we knew it was possible to beat the game with a drum set. Although the emulator would be a simpler setup, I wanted to up the ante and deliver for you the most authentic version of a drum percent world record. This is when the TAS TM32 comes in. We had to make a new cable that had a NES connection on one side and an Ethernet connection on the other. With this cable, now we can connect the NES to the TAS TM32, and by running a script on the PC, we can convert those MIDI signals into NES controller signals. These are all the connections we would need to be able to play the NES using our drum set. The 17kVX drum set is now sending MIDI signals to the TAS TM32. With the script that Onisaurus wrote, I am now able to convert those signals to NES controller signals. The left one, he actually does start moving left just a little bit. But if I roll, there's not much movement. Nothing else is working, like the jump or the B button. Then Onisaurus came through. After many iterations of the script, we were able to actually beat World 1-1. Now, what type of drumming is required? The main rudiment that we're going to be using in this speed drum is the double stroke roll. Specifically, rolling on the drums with the double stroke roll at 120 beats per minute. This happens to be the minimum threshold for the NES to pick up consistent controller signals. For jumps, it's going to take precise pushes and pulls of the sustain pedal to get Mario's jump height right. Since this is a very short speedrun, endurance won't play a huge role, but the precise controls needed to complete this speedrun will require equally precise drumming. In parallel, I was learning the speedrunning strats from videos sent by SMB, had some help from Cosmic on game mechanic advice, and was sent resources by Lakuki. Now I was ready to take on the record. For practice, I got an EverDrive to run the NTSC practice run. Using save states, I was able to grind through tough sections of the run like 4-2, and all of World 8. Yeah, these were definitely the trouble levels, especially 8-2 and 8-3. So after a few attempts, we decided to leave it there. Just from doing a few runs, I knew that if I beat Super Mario Bros. Without any deaths, I could finish it in under 8 minutes, potentially even faster than that. After trying for months, no runs had ended in success. Then I got this run.
Yes! Yes! SMB, let's go!
Finally, another drum percent world record in one of the most iconic games of all time. But I wasn't done. What I really wanted was to push the limits of this run and set a record that would last a very long time. So I continued to drum.
Alright, Bowser, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Sub 6!
Finally, after months of planning, theorizing, programming, practicing, and drumming, I was able to get a 5:55, which is 1 minute slower than the current world record. And there you have it, another historic record for the books. That brings the total now of drum percent world records to 51. If you enjoyed that, please consider supporting me in whatever way fits you, which huge thanks to my based patrons, and thank you for watching.